Hi guys. In this video, I'm going to continue to talk about solving linear equations, except I'm going to call it part 2 because now it's going to get a little more involved than what we were doing on the last video. So let's just get started. Take a look at number 1 here. We have 8x minus 2 equals negative 9 plus 7x. So I want you to take a look at this problem. Hopefully the first thing you notice is that you have two variables in this problem, one on either side. Okay, that's something new that we didn't have in the last video. Okay, so I want to just show you kind of the process of moving things around so that we get one variable, and then we can solve, the equation like we have been before. Okay, so in general, most people, not all people, most people like to move all of the variables to the left side and all of the constants. A constant is just a number that does not have a variable, to the right side. If you want to follow that pattern, you can. If it doesn't matter to you, that's okay too. So what we're going to do is right now we're not really solving anything. We're just going to move some pieces around. To move something around, we're just going to do the opposite operation. So I want to move this positive 7x to the other side. Now, because I'm crossing over this equal sign, this little bridge right here, okay, I have to move it by using the opposite operation. So instead of adding 7x, we'll subtract 7x. Okay, so right now the 7x plus or minus 7x is zeroed out, it's gone. And then 8x take away 7x, just going to draw a little total line right there. It's just 1x, which actually you can just put x. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again, except now we want to take the minus 2 and we want to bring it to the other side of the equal sign. But again, because it's crossing over that little bridge, that equal sign, you're going to have to match it up with the opposite operation. So minus 2, we are going to add 2 to both sides. Over here, negative 2 plus 2 zeroes out. So you can cross that out just to make sure you don't reuse it. And then negative 9 plus 2 is negative 7. And that's it, guys. This one came out pretty easy. All we had to do was rearrange and it solved itself. So the answer for this one is negative 7. All right, guys, take a look at number 2. We have a pretty long equation here. Now we have 3 places where the variable p pops up. So what we're doing with this video is we are taking these equations that have multiple variables on either side, both sides, and we are moving pieces around until we have a situation that we can solve for the letter p. Okay, so it's super important also to realize where the equal sign is located. Okay, because if we have to move something to the opposite side of the equal sign, the other side, that's when we have to use the opposite operation. Okay, but first I want you to take a look at this situation right here. Okay, we have 5p and 3p. Now they're on the same side, they're on the same team, they're on the same family. They are not going to cross over this equal sign. And so you can treat that just the way you see it. 5p plus 3p is 8p. So I'm going to go ahead and just rewrite the problem and include that 8p. Okay. Okay, now here's this place. You're going to have to just decide if you want your variables to the left side or the right side. I sometimes am a creature of habit. I like things going to the left. So I am going to subtract the 8p. It was a positive 8p, and so to zero this part out, I have to subtract 8p. I'm also going to subtract over here. Okay, there is a 1 in front of this p. You cannot see it, but now you can. There it is. So 1p take away 8p, here's my total line, is negative 7p. Okay, now I have just a little bit more work to do. Over here we can cross this out, right, because this zeroed out on us. Because I chose to move variables to the left, I have to move all numbers to the right. So I have this number sitting here still on the left side. So instead of subtracting 1, I'm going to add 1. And I am going to bring this value all the way down here. Negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7. Okay. Negative 7 on the left side is being multiplied by p. So we will divide. There's a lot of negative 7s happening. Negative 7 over negative 7, which is what we also have over here, that's when you have a situation where you have the same number over itself. It simplifies to 1. So we can cross this out and just have a p. And over here it's the same thing. We could cross this out, but I don't want you to put 0 because that would be the incorrect answer. This is a number over itself, which is equal to 1 whole. So this problem, p is 1. Okay, guys, let's do one more together. I have another big equation. We have x on either side, and we have an additional thing going on is that we have a set of parentheses. Okay, so we have a lot going on, so we have to solve this in a really specific order if you want to get the correct answer, which I hope you do. Okay, the first thing we need to do, parentheses are always going to be first, y'all. I mean, if you see parentheses, always best to get those to go away. So right here is where we have those parentheses. So what this means, this expression 4x minus 3 is being multiplied by 2. So let's just go ahead and do that multiplication through. And you can connect them with lines if you like. You don't have to. So I'm going to just rewrite the whole equation after we multiply this by 2. So now we have 8x minus 6. Okay. Now we have this minus 8. Equals, nothing over here changed, so I'm just going to put the 4 plus the 2x. Okay? Now we need to just kind of clean things up a little bit. The first thing I want you to notice is I want you to notice this right here. We have two numbers, two constant numbers. They do not have a variable attached to them, and they're on the same side of the equal sign. Okay, so our equal sign's right here. Okay, because they're on the same side, you really can just combine them together. You don't have to add 8 to both sides. You can just take it as it is. So negative 6 and a minus 8, or negative 6 plus a negative 8 is negative 14. Okay. All right, I'm going to rewrite it again. I like to keep everything nice and neat. Okay, so now we're down to 8x minus 14 equals 4 plus 2x. Okay. Now you need to decide if you want the variables to the left side or to the right side. I prefer going to the left, so I'm going to take this plus 2x and subtract it. Now the reason I do have to subtract this 2x is because right here, when we cross this equals bridge, that's when you have to do the opposite, because you are going to the other side. You're going to the opposite side, so you have to have the opposite operation. So we'll subtract. Over here, 2x minus 2x zeroes out. I encourage you to cross it out so you don't get it confused. Let me draw my little total line. 8x take away 2x is 6x. Okay. Now that we decided to put the variables on the left side, this number, minus 14, it has to journey to the other side, to the opposite side, by adding 14. Okay. 4 plus 14 is 18. And then last thing, so now this reads 6 times the number is 18. And you may already know the answer, but just to finish this out, we're going to divide both sides by 6. 18 divided by 6 equals 3, and that's your final answer. Now, next I want you to pause this video. There's going to be some problems up there that I want you to try on your own.